Welcome back to Slow Rider Acres. We're here in the garage where I keep the Ducati. So what we're going to do today is we're going to install a Termignoni Dragster exhaust on the 2023 Diavel V4. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to give you a quick 10,000 foot view of what we're going to do, then I'll start doing it. So I'll start out with the tools. So what you need for the tools, I'll bring you guys over to the tool bench here. 1 second. So let's go to the tool bench. So you'll see we got the tools. First tool, I'm just kidding, you will need a hacksaw unless you buy, they have stubby, you're gonna need a 4mm wrench, hex wrench, but this is too long, this piece here. So what you have to do is you got to cut a little bit, about like half of that off, so you have a stubby one. So what I did is I mounted this in my vise, and I hacksawed off the end, and then I used this file to clean it up, and I made myself a little stubby 4mm Allen wrench, and I'll show you what that's for. And then the other special tools you'll need are these. You'll need the deep sockets, because the muffler clamps have long bolts on them, so you got to get some of these long metric socket sets. And I think and then this will come in handy, so you can get under there, and if you're lazy like me, you can just use your power tools, or you could always just use a regular socket like that, of course. So let me show you what you need this for. So the first thing you need to remove is this this heat shield here. That's got to come off. So what you got to do is right behind, there's two bolts. There's one here you can see, and there's one under here, and this one you can get to easy, and it's the one up here. So by having this stubby tool, I don't know if you could see it, but by having that stubby tool, I can just stick my hand up there. I got to get down there, and then you can slowly get in there and unwrench it. If you don't have this, you have to take off this, the brake assembly, and that's got a hydraulic connector, and it's got a electronic sensor here and a spring. So if you don't want to take that off, that's probably going to add quite a bit of time, because you got to take that off. You can order these on Amazon. They're called stubby Allen wrenches, and that's a 4mm, and they come in a set, but mine didn't come in time, so I hacksawed one off, and it worked. So I already got that loose, so they're pretty tight. So you're going to need that. So you take these two bolts off. Under here, there's two hose clamps, basically, that you unscrew here with the screwdriver underneath. One here, and then that piece comes off. So when you take that off, you come back over to the other side. You take this heat shield off here, and then you have to take off the cover here, because you got to get in and take off the servo controller, which sits right up behind here. And then also use this piece here, this plastic piece that hooks to the radiator. You got to take off this bolt, and then this will peel back, and you can get your Allen keys in there to unscrew. There's two Allen screws that hold on the servo controller, and you pull that off. That'll drop down through here and come down the bottom. And then what you got to do, that servo cable's here. This is it here on the other side. So it runs from that side, it goes back. The servo cable comes here. You got to unscrew that, just detach that. And then that, you can't see it, but it goes, there's a butterfly valve in the back. It goes right in here. So once you get that taken apart and you get that servo, then what you do is you have to Then there's two exhaust clamps under here. Here's one here. And then there's another one back up in the front you take off. So you take that off and that one off. No, there's one here you got to take off. There's one up right here. And then you take that off. And then it's going to be hanging on only by basically this point and this point. And then that whole thing's going to come off. So that's basically an overview how you do it. So I'm going to go through and do a step-by-step view of the process. So, all right, so that's end of part one, and I'll splice all these videos together. So I'm excited, and also do I'm supposed to get the exhaust today, so I'll do an unboxing, and then when I get done with the videos, taking it apart, and then also putting it all back together, I will splice the videos. Oh, and one important thing, so you want to use a semi-permanent thread locker, blue. Never use the permanent one because you'll never get your bolts off. I wouldn't recommend it. So just use when you put this thing back together, make sure you have some blue thread locker, the semi-permanent. All right, end of part one.